The Baldwin Village may seem like an ideal place to live among the slums in South Los Angeles, and nearby Compton and Inglewood. A modern-looking housing complex that some say was the home to athletes during the Olympics as well as the setting for scenes in the Training Day movie. It is often referred to as the Junglez by locals because of its tall trees when it was first constructed. However, years later that same name meant something very different. Now let's take a break from California, before the Black Pea Stone Bloods even existed, and make our way east to the south side of Chicago. In 2023, the South Side is known as a place you just don't go to. For years, gangs such as the Black Disciples, Gangster Disciples, and Mickey Cobras have even running the streets, and have produced no-cap rappers such as King Von. The Black Pea Stones were popular in Chicago, and a young man by the name T. Rogers. Now known as the BPS Nation, the Black Pea Stone Rangers was more of a movement rather than a gang. When T. Rogers and his family moved to the West Coast around 1969 or 1970, he wanted to spread the movement with a positive influence. But the Crip gang was taking over. Originally only starting out as the East Side Crips, the Crips spread to the west side of LA and neighboring cities such as Watts and Compton. Those who didn't join the Crips were victims, but they had found their own identity. The Pirates. The Piru was a complete anti-Crip gang. Piru was Crip spelled backwards with the C on its back as the U. They used the color red to show their opposition towards the Crips, and some Piru sets eventually formed the Bloods. The Black Pea Stones weren't going to survive on their own, so they went under the Blood umbrella, and everything T. Rogers stood for meant nothing, as he himself also turned to violence in the streets. The Black Pea Stone Bloods set up shop in two areas called the City, and the other being the once lavish Baldwin Village Junglez. It is said that over 1,000 members spread through Los Angeles as the gang expanded. They allied themselves with the Rolling 20 Bloods and the Fruit Town Brims and were in a war with multiple Crips sets. Mainly being the Rolling 30 and 40 Crips, as well as one of the biggest Latino gangs in California, the 18th Street. The Baldwin Village became a ghetto and was seen as a dangerous area, being in the vicinity of Crenshaw, which is infamous for its gang violence. Multiple YouTube videos go through the history and wars of the Black Pea Stone Bloods that I recommend. In the early 2000s, a pretty famous Hollywood actor named Lloyd Avery moved to the Baldwin Village and started repping Junglez and BPS, even getting a tattoo of Junglez on his face. In the last few years, a new group of mainly Junglez members joined up to form the Blackstone Gorillas, a music group full of BPS members who are currently putting Baldwin back on the map when it comes to media and popularity. So a lavish apartment complex with massive bedrooms and pools went from the place you wanted to live to the place you don't even want to step foot in.